to Pet Talk. I'm Lauren Collier. Check this out. Look at this guy go. It's a zebra on the loose. Actually, there are two of them. Look how cute they are. They got out of their trailer on a busy Sacramento street. It took over an hour to corral these cuties. One was apparently hit by a car, but don't worry, he's fine. And finally, both were escorted back into their truck, no worse for the wear, and heading to a ranch in Oregon. And look who is on the loose on a couch on our studio. That is the adorable Cody. He's a beautiful little Pembroke Welsh Corgi, and he also happens to be the mascot of a new and very exciting business called the Pooch Paddock. Let's find out more from Cody's mom. That is Allison Cradish, here with her beautiful baby, another one at home. And actually, I had a gal pal from one of our viewers, Catherine, so thank you, who brought me a pamphlet, had seen you at a horse show, and said, look at this, Lauren, this is so cool. And I'm like, I gotta find you, because this is a really exciting service.
Well, thank
it's
you.
sort of a traveling doggy daycare, would you say,
Yep,
Allison?
it's a doggy daycare facility that travels and sets up at different horse shows all across the country.
Love it. How did you get this idea? Because it's specifically you're going to these horse shows, which is really great, because if you want to bring your dog, what do you do?
Exactly. I came up with the idea because I needed the service for myself. I ride as an amateur rider who only goes to horse shows every once in a while. I had two dogs that would come with me and sit in the stall where it's
You mean
hot.
they can't sit on the couch?
No, I can't sit on the couch. So if I was competing or practicing, they would have to sit in the stall, for 2 or 3 hours at a time. And I was watching other people with the same issue at the horse shows, thinking, you know what, I'm not the only one with this problem.
Oh, yeah.
There must be a need for this kind of service for other amateur riders.
Oh, I love it.
So
And like you said, sometimes it can be very dusty.
Yes.
It can be very hot, especially in the summer.
Or cold in the wintertime.
So you provide sort of a climate-controlled atmosphere?
I do. I put up a 30 by 40 frame tent with sides all around. In the extreme cold weather, I do heat the tent with a propane-powered heater. In the summertime, I use fans and misters to keep it cool.
And I know you have like doggy furniture there. It really looks like a fun little playtime.
I separate the facility into different sized enclosures that we call paddocks, in keeping with the horse theme. Dogs go into different play groups if they're social, or if I have a less social or a more aggressive dog, they go into a private paddock, and everybody has their own furniture.
Oh, so they can have their own little area just in case they don't want to play.
Little areas, yep, have different colored, different themed furniture.
What is
so they get their own little space.
Idea. Really great. So you travel all around the country. I know you've been here in Fairfield County, and do people call you to come? How do you find you?
Well, I have so far I've chosen my dates based on the larger horse shows, because the bigger the horse show, the better the numbers are for me. The ones that have the space and like the idea say, yeah, come on.
Such a good idea. Has it taken a while to sort of catch on, like you said,
It is. It's a new concept. It's never been done before, as far as I know. So yeah, I mean, they've got to think outside the box a little bit on it. But for them, the advantage is it takes a little bit of the liability off of the horse show managers.
Right.
Loose dogs running around the horse shows are a liability.
Right.
It's not good for the dogs. It's not good for the riders. It's not good for the horses. It's not good for the management. So I figured it was a win-win for everyone.
Great. Especially, you want to bring your dog, and sometimes you just don't want to keep holding it.
Exactly.
And this is a way that you can really have the best of both, and you can see somebody ride.
Yep, the dog is totally entertained during the day. It's not locked up in a stall, while the person is riding and doing their horse show business. At the end of the day, it kills two birds with one stone. The dog is entertained during the day, and the owner, has nothing to worry about. I actually would like to break out into other kinds of venues outside the horse world. I've spoken with the LPGA and the Women's Tennis Association to possibly do it for players' dogs on the road, players and officials.
Great. And I mean, more and more of us want to bring our dogs to different events, and usually they don't allow it, but maybe this would be a good way. So where can people find you? I know you have a great website.
My website is poochpaddock.com.
I love it.
And we also have a great Facebook page where I post pictures constantly from horse shows while I'm on the road.
Fantastic. So we hope to see more of you. Great idea, Allison.
Thank you so much.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Thanks for being here, Cody. So cute, so well behaved. Is he always like that?
No.
I know. I know that feeling. As we go to break now, take a look at PetFinder.com's list of this year's most pet-friendly U.S. airlines. Might come in handy. We'll be right back. Welcome back, and a big round of applause going out to Fairfield firefighters. Look at this video, so incredible. They saved 2 cats from a house fire with their special pet oxygen masks. Absolutely awesome. And so is my next guest. We are so excited, thrilled, right here in Pet Talk right now, the once very chunky kitty who tipped the scales at close to 50 pounds. He was abandoned at a New Jersey shelter, and he is now living the good life in New Jersey. We've been following his story for about 2 years now. Welcome Prince Chunk and his dad Vince joining us via Skype from southern New Jersey. Welcome to you guys. This is quite a story, Vince.
Thanks a lot.
Quite a story. You've got Prince Chunk right there next to you.
Yeah, here he is.
He looks a little thinner, right? Let's take a step back and tell folks how you came into Prince Chunk's life, because he had a rough start there. He was abandoned at a local shelter, I understand.
Right. I actually worked at the shelter, the Camden County Animal Shelter, which Prince Chunk came in at. When the director there had him weighed, he weighed the scale right at 44 pounds.
Wow.
She immediately called all the local news outlets, and within several days he was in newspaper articles all over the world. He was booked on Regis and Kelly and Good Morning America and the Today Show and a couple others. So he did the whole media circuit. When he came back to Blackwood, my family ended up adopting him. We took him to the vet, and he was weighed, and it turned out that he was actually only 22 pounds. There was a discrepancy in the scale at the shelter. So we released that story, and everybody was still in love with Prince Chunk. They still wanted updates. And so we decided to release the Prince Chunk Foundation.
And now he's slimmed down to what, about 17?
About 17 pounds, yeah.
It's so cute. So, I mean, I guess it was just meant to be that you happened to be at the shelter, and there he came in, because I remember so many folks turned out to want to adopt him. So how were you chosen?
Well, I was at the shelter for about 4 years, and I've always wanted to, for being there for the 4 years, I've seen all the need that was needed, and the lack of aid that was available. So I always kind of wanted to start my own nonprofit to help with that, but never really knew what avenue to go down. And then when Prince Chunk came in, he lost his home due to the foreclosure rates. His home was foreclosed upon. It was right before the economy crashed. And I just thought that would be a great way to help people who are currently going through a tough time keep their animals. The foundation was established in June, and we help people keep their animals who are going through a temporary financial crisis. Currently, we're available in New York, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, and California, with the goal of being nationwide by the end of 2012.
Well, I think it's wonderful what you're doing. Can you hold Prince Chunk? I want folks to be able to really get a good look at him. He's so beautiful. Can you put him in your hands? Yeah, oh, he is so adorable. He must have made a real nice difference in your life as well. I know he's really loved in your family.
Yeah, he's a great cat.
He looks like he's very, very happy. So your foundation, once again, tell us, Vince, how folks can get in touch with you. It's such a worthy cause, and I know you're also going to be at the upcoming Westchester Cat Show.
We do have a website. Our website is www.princechunkfoundation.org. We are based solely on donations. There are no administrative fees. There's no payroll. All donations that come in go directly to help applicants who have applied to our organization.
Wonderful.
So, as always, donations are definitely encouraged. We have so many animals in need of help, and our funding goes out just as quickly as it comes in.
Well, I think it's wonderful that here you are giving back, and there is Prince Chunk right there by your side, very, very happy indeed. So what a great happy ending all around.
Right, yeah, it's great, and it's great to help people keep their animals, so they're not obligated to bring them to a shelter or abandon them.
Absolutely. So thank you so much. And again, we'll see you at the upcoming Westchester Cat Show, where you're going to be a featured surprise guest. So give Prince Chunk a nice little cat scratch for me. He looks great. And thank you so much, Vince, for being here.
All right. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. And everybody, as we go to break, take a look. Here are some ways to keep your indoor cat happy and content, just like Prince Chunk. These are courtesy of petplace.com. We'll be scratching back to you in just a few. So it might surprise you to know that Westminster isn't the only premier show in town. There are some big rabbit breed shows coming up as well. That's right, I said wabbit. Let's find out more from our rabbit expert, Wendy Griffin. Last time she was here, we talked about a wide variety of adorable bunnies, and you actually mentioned bunny shows, Wendy, and all of us here were like, bunny shows? We had no idea that there were such things. So.
That's the normal reaction, and I at first didn't, that was my reaction too when I first heard about it. But they're actually quite popular. There's over 4,000 of them a year in the United States. They're in other countries around the world. There's 24,000 members in the American Rabbit Breeders Association, and there's over 800,000 entries of rabbits and cavies in the shows. Cavies are guinea pigs.
Amazing.
Yep.
And there's so many different types. And Nancy is back to be our bunny wrangler because I have to disclose right up front that every time a bunny comes on and it sits on my lap, it bites me. So that's why I'm not holding one. Maybe I'll get a little brave after, but in case you're wondering why. So that's why. But I love them, and they're so soft and cuddly. And I know this one you had last time,
He
Wendy.
was here last time. He was a little bit smaller. He was still somewhat of a baby then. His name is Rowdy. He is a lion head rabbit.
Oh, I love that.
They are not like yet completely, yeah, they're a lion head because of the mane, obviously.
Cute.
They're not yet completely accepted for showing. They're undergoing development right now. They can be shown, but they cannot compete beyond their breed for like best in breed. They cannot be registered yet. But they're extremely popular. They're wonderful little rabbits. This guy has been to one show so far, and he actually won best of breed.
What a love bug. What a love
he's got a
bug.
great